What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well out there. For today's video, we're talking about breaking out of the comfort zone. So let's go. Cool. So today's video is inspired by a couple of Zoom lessons I've recently had this week, where I'm really trying to push the lessons out of comfort zones for the player. You know, a lot of us, myself included, I'm still learning, we tend to fall in default mode sometimes, whether that's phrasing, scales, the number of strings we use, the area we play in. There are a lot of defaults that we all have. And as simple as it sounds, the only way to unlock the full fingerboard and the full potential of the instrument is by breaking out of those safety zones, And that's what today's video is about, breaking out of your comfort zones. The reason I chose Fire in the Mountain was because that's a song that, a student of mine and I jammed on this past Tuesday. Two simple chords, B, E, and then you can throw in the E if you want. Matching scale, B Mixolydian, B major, but with the flat 7 degree. The notes being B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. Right? And that's Fire in the Mountain. But it's not that simple. Or it is simple, but just knowing one scale shape is just, how do you say it? Like, I don't know, part of the problem or part of the solution. I don't know. First, I'm telling my student, you understand your E shape, like we just talked about, which is great. You understand your G shape. Great. You understand these are arpeggios, right? These two C-shaped chords. We're on the right track. We're getting there. But what about understanding with the same confidence as these other shapes? Like your A shape. And at the very top here, your C shape. And I was telling him, by practicing all those shapes, almost like one big scale, the whole fingerboard becomes B Mixolydian. Even myself, at the end of the day, when I'm watching YouTube, or, when I watch soccer, Champions League, there are times where I'm just running through scales in no particular order to sort of gain the confidence of B Mixolydian or whatever scale I'm working on across the whole fingerboard. Right? Oops, that's B major. Back to Mixolydian. That level of freedom is what you want. The idea also, maybe you don't follow the shapes. Maybe you do. Most of the notes, one octave on the A string. To get up high, right? The point being, ultimate freedom comes when you see the full guitar neck in the language you're speaking. And in this case, in Fire in the Mountain, B Mixolydian. Now, breaking out of the comfort zone, like the premise of today's video, can be a bit daunting, right? If you're very used to playing, let's say on our G shape. If you're trying to escape that shape to, let's say, your C shape, like B.B. King type, you could, be really reliable or reliant on the top three strings. Still great. But now I ask you, if you're getting from B, how can you get to this A? Right? And that's where the fun in the practicing is, breaking out of your comfort zone. So let's say I put a metronome on with the progression. Right? Top three strings, but now for the A, we want to end up right here. Right? That's G shape. Here's my C shape. Also, there is nothing wrong when connecting these two chords, this B and the A, to use the scale from the root to root, right? There is no issue of just playing the scale. Scale. A. In those passages, it was kind of like small phrase, full scale. Small phrase, full scale. Right? So if anything, break out of these comfort zones. Record yourself playing. See where your falling is default, right? If in this case it's super like top 3 strings, and you want to essentially involve the whole guitar, focus on like checkpoints. We're going to start here, and here's our A. Let's do a couple solos, couple choruses, and end up at this A and this B. Or vice versa. If you're starting super high, how do you get from this B to this B? And all the way down here. Practice, record yourself, break out of your comfort zone, and soon the whole guitar will be your playing field. Well, alright guys, that is today's video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.